Okay, welcome back. So now we're going to just kind of arrange this model up to export this into Maya to kind of create our UVs. So let me start with the bat itself. Let me turn this off. When I want to be exporting the higher subdivision level, I'm going to be exporting a lower subdivision level. Probably a subdivision level around maybe subdivision level 2 should be fine. So this subdivision level 1, I think let's just go to subdivision level 2, which is around active polygon of around 2k polygons on this, which is fine. So before I export, I'm going to go down to the export menu at the bottom layer, at the bottom menu. Turn off group. Please make sure smooth numbers is turned on, so you don't have any bumpy edge on the model. So now I'm going to create a new folder for this. I'm going to name this Z exports. Okay. Then I'm just going to name this. I'll just put Z at the end just to distinguish this from the other models I have. So now let's go to the next piece. Let's go to the rings and pokers. So I'll scroll down. This is the new. This is actually the new rather. So make sure group is turned off because you don't want to have each poly group separated as a separate mesh in Maya. We don't want that. So turn that off. Then I'll just name this to Z nails low poly. The solution doesn't have any subdivision level, so that's fine. So let's go to the rings and pokers now. The subdivision level 1 is at 4k polygons, which is fine. So we're just going to export this. Turn off group, please. Smooth number should be on. Mesh should be on. Then we can export this out now. I'll just put Z at the end. Save. Okay. So now instead of Maya now we can just import this. So I'll just tidy up most of all of this now. And just select all of this down here and put them in a group. Ctrl G to group them. Now just name this. Let's just name this low poly or something. Okay, base low poly. You can name them whatever you want to name them, so long you can remember what they are and then be able to locate them easily. So, and I'm going to hide this. So control. Let's see. Let me just tidy things up a bit more. Okay, let me just hide it now. Control H to hide that. And I'll hide this also. Let me drag this down first, and I'll hide this also. Control H to hide that also. So now I can freely import this into my clear canvas. Sorry. Let me just look for that file. Z exports. So I'm going to select only the OBJ file, which is this OBJ file. Click on this and this also, and I'll just drag this into the MC canvas instead of Maya. Okay. So now we have this in here now. So some of this might have UVs though, because we like for this bat should have UVs from Maya before we exported this out. We're not going to be using that UVs anyway. We're going to be creating our own UVs from scratch. I'm just going to show you the basics of I'm going to show you the basics of creating UVs inside of Maya. But before we do, let us go to our UV layout though. Let's go to our UV layout. This is our UV editing workspace. Then we have this in here. So let me just bring out this UV editor. So the UV editor selected now. We should bring this out. So now we have our UV layout now that we can actually work with on the next lesson for creating UVs. So you can see there's no UVs in here now because we kind of mesh this instead of ZBrush. Let me just rename this properly, something that I can easily remember. I'm going to delete all this. Z low poly something at the back, or delete all of that. just to keep things a bit neater in my scene. Okay, so the back now has predefined UVs that we expected out of Maya, but we won't be needing that. We're actually going to be deleting that.